Yo, what's up, channel fam? I'm back in the US. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, and whatever you may or may not celebrate. But I am back, and I am back with you all. And I brought Scrap Heap, or sorry, not Scrap Heap, Scraphook. Yeah, I brought our guy with me, and yo, you can see I have fused him with Paleotrex. There is one bit that I did not use, and as my voice trails off as I try to grab this, I didn't use this torso bit, as I mentioned in the other video, I don't know, just not a lot of good uses for it. I mean, at least for this purpose. I'm sure I can do something and utilize this as the torso bot, because, he is a perfect little torso bot ready to go. You flip this all out. I mean, if you have this figure, cool, you know what I'm talking about. For those of you in Asia, because it's been released, but for those of y'all in the States, you will see him soon, and you will know that he makes a great little torso dude. But he does not fit well with this build, so I'm going to throw him off to the side. Not really throw him, but put him to the side. But yeah, I have fused him with Paleotrex, and I like this guy a lot. Obviously, it's Paleotrex in the driver's seat with Scraphook providing the rest of the. When I say driver's seat, I mean it's mostly like he's the head, and he's pronounced. It's almost like Paleotrex in Scraphook armor, but yeah, I took some cues from some old stuff that I did, and I modified it because Scraphook is a little bit different. I mentioned in the Scraphook transformation video while we're getting to know him that. He has like reverse connection ports, whereas a lot of the weaponizers, modulators, fossilizers have a peg extending down from the thigh if they have a detachable thigh to calf. Scraphook's thighs actually have the peg versus a port, and so we had to do a couple of unique things with him. The first iteration of this build, I did not incorporate this part, but I ended up being able to use it anyway, and so it kind of hangs out in the back as this kind of like bumpity bump back, and I think it's okay. It kind of like cascades down from this head and kind of forms this like back bit. Otherwise, this would have just been flush. He would have had a backpack, and yeah. I mean, you want to see what it looks like without it? I'll show you in the transfer when we do the tutorial, the breakdown for him. Yeah, this little hook thing over here, I thought it was pretty cool. It's a nice little scrap bone hook weapon, and it's adjustable because it has that little pivot pin over there on the wrist area part where he's grabbing it. Sorry, you know what? You know what's a trip? I typically do like 3 or 4 cups of like coffee a day. Yo, I haven't had any coffee since going to Vietnam. Is that a trip or what? Yeah, that's a trip, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe it's because I'm on vacation and stuff, but yeah, I didn't have any coffee, but I still feel jittery. I don't know what's the deal. I'm not having any caffeine right now, but still got the jitters. But yeah, but cool, right? I was gonna originally put this buckler on the chest, but I don't know. He has this cool little tire over here, so I was like, I'm gonna put this over here. It'd be too Paleotrexy, so to speak, if I put that right there. But I think it looks great. So you have the presence of Scraphook, but also Paleotrex, and we are now 3 minutes into the video, but I'm gonna show you how to break. I'm gonna break him down and show you how he's made. Lots of cool things actually, and some old techniques that I was able to use actually become enhanced. Because of the way Scraphook is made. And the reason I'm kind of like stuttering is like, how can I best articulate this to you right now? I think it's best if I just show you. So we're going to start with the legs, the lower half. By the way, isn't this really cool? I love how the claws of the Paleotrex fill out this kind of like torso over here. And then it just really has some nice line work. Almost like a triangle shape, like he's done a lot of like lat work and coming down over here. And yeah. For those of y'all know who work out and stuff, y'all know what I'm talking about. Probably one of the most fit, also buff members of this channel is Sprumark Society. Sorry to put you out on blast, homie, but I don't think that's put you out on blast. I think that's a super compliment. Yeah, my man is fit, dude. Super inspirational. I saw his IG, his personal IG, and I was like, I gotta go back to the gym, dude. I gotta go back to the gym. But yeah, I think he looks really good. And like I said, this bit over here, yeah. You know what's weird? I said I was going to show you the bottom, but I ended up just kind of taking off the top. So whatever, dude. Let's just do that anyway. So we're going to just remove all of these bits. And why don't we just go with the torso part? So this is an old design that I have used here. Let me take this off to show you. Oh, that's a tight fit. That's a real tight fit. Okay. So this right over here, the P-Trex body, dino torso, head, normal, right? And then just plugging in buckler or tire or whatever, that's normal. So this is an old trick that I've used before. You plug in the heel, right? You get that buster in there. You do it on both sides. And then after you kind of get it in there, you can fold down the heels or whatever, and it creates this nice sculpt for the body. Right, like that. And when I used this in the previous builds, the limitation was this. Normally, these would be the biceps, and so you can move this forward and backward, and you can kind of do like a swing motion, like if you want to get the arm to come forward, you can kind of fake it with that. But the reality is, The reality is that yeah, you can go up and down, but it doesn't come this way. It doesn't come backward and forward like that. With Scrap Heap, what's really, really cool is that these can remain stationary because you're pivoting off of this. And so, here, let me show you. No, don't fly away. Okay. So we had the P-Trex body, like I said, right? We got the head right here. We have the clawfoot thing, and you plug that in, and you sandwich both sides of the body. Now, like this, it still looks a little bit like hollow, a little bit weird. And so we're going to plug these in first. So this is just the arm. You can ignore this buckler right here, but this is just the arm. And here, should I bring this? I hope everything's been in focus so far. You get this, and then you plug that right in here. It's going to be a tight fit. It's going to be a very tight fit, which I can appreciate. It may get loose over time, as things do when you pop them in and out, but oh man, hold up. Okay, cool, like that. Okay, and I'm going to show you what the other one looks like. So I had a lot of fun, by the way. I built this last night. I got back on the 24th, and mad jet lag, so I was just up in the evening, and I was just kind of cleaning my room and just kind of arranging some stuff, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. I was like, I forgot I got Scraphook in my bag, and I busted him out, and actually I had a P-Trex next to me on my desk, and the colors worked well, so I was like, all right, let's do this. So, okay, so when we look at him like this, I think he looks like there's too many holes for me over here, you know? And so I wanted to fill that out. So these bits are the little shin guards, guns, whatever you want to call them, that you normally would plug in right here for Scraphook. So I've just popped them out. And I'm going to connect that right there. And that's really great. It creates this illusion of this really, really strong, filled out chest, shoulder bit. And I think that's nice. Now, this entire thing becomes the shoulders and the sides of the body, if you will. And then you get this, and you pop that on, and the illusion is complete. And what I mean by illusion is like you're really just trying to create this contour, this silhouette, this shape. So when you look at it, it no longer looks like these arms holding it up. This just looks like this one cohesive like structure, right? I think that looks awesome. And I put the buckler over here, the tire right over here. And this is made up of the back part of the P-Trex tail. And we got the little Scraphook hook plugged in. And then you can Captain Hook all day and night. And we just have that plugged into his hand. If you don't want that there, I mean, he has so many different ports. You can adorn it wherever you like. Not there because it's using the inside, it's connected to the inside peg. But here, let's just do that. Cool. Captain Hook, Captain Scrap Hook. I think it looks awesome. So I'm going to take this and move to the side. And we're going to look at the legs. So now I had talked a second ago about the Scraphook connections being opposite, meaning again pegs where ports should be and ports where pegs should be. And Scraphook has a ton of ports, which I'm really, really thankful for. He doesn't have a lot of pegs. He just doesn't. And that's who he is, you know. He was manufactured that way, born this way. So shouts to Lady Gaga. Like she's going to see this channel. But yeah, so that's how he was born, you know. And so we just make do. Yeah, we make do with who we are, what we are, and then we transform and adjust as necessary. So in terms of making this leg, I knew that in order to connect these bits, I was like, okay, I can utilize a, like if you're connecting the Paleotrex, claw foot, you would just use this as a potential thigh, hip, knee, and it goes down. So I was like, okay, I've done this before. But when I initially did it, it was without this exhaust bit. And so he looked much shorter. He looked like that, which is fine, but proportionally, isn't this cool, by the way? You open up the claws, then you attach this, and then you can close the claws around this bit. Dude, that's so rad. That's so rad. So yeah, he was more like this, which is not bad, but I think this is better. I think that's better. Those extra few millimeters, I think that does wonders. And so going back to the lower half. Yeah, going back to the lower half. By the way, I didn't go to the gym today because the gym is closed. I found out. I will go back tomorrow, though. Seriously, you know what? Sorry. As I'm building this, I'm still kind of thinking about, like, my trip in Vietnam. Dude, over there, people are so thin, and, like, they're pretty fit. And I was like, yo, I got to get back to it, dude. I used to be a gym rat back in the day, and I think I need to restart that part of my life. And so, yeah. So you can see the legs right over here, how they look, right? And so I added this bit. Once you get to know this bit, you're going to see that there's a port, and there's a peg, meaning that this can act as a riser, as an extender. And so that is exactly what I did, which is plugging this back here. Yeah, my mind's still racing from my time in Vietnam, and I really, it was actually just in my personal life, with, you know, things that I got going on in my own personal space. Yo, this is a life-changing experience. That's real talk. That's super real talk. I love that place. And I hope I get to go back. And of course, it's super accentuated by the fact that I was hanging with my in-laws. And, you know, I've mentioned my nieces a couple of times, but they're actually like my wife's niece. I have no blood relation to them whatsoever, but man, I love them so much. And yeah, they're quite fond of me as well. And we had a blast. And so my mind is still filled with all of that. And so it's going to kind of spill out in these builds, but hey, that's how it goes. So anyway, so we have the Scraphook legs over here, which are kind of coming off. That's fine. And on top, we have plugged in this exhaust. And this peg pops up over here. Then you are plugging that into the knee port. Yeah. And then you extend this up. And this knee port is really just the Paleotrex calf flipped upside down, right? The knee port is still going to be the knee port, but now the heel port has become the hip connectors. And this is just connected to the blade. As you can see over here, this is just a Paleotrex axe. You know what I mean? It's just a P-Trex axe hugged by the P-Trex thighs. And that's it. That's it. Bada bing, bada boomski. You just plug those in. Bada bing, bada boomtronski. What's up, Boomtron? Gonna plug that in, and you connect that. Yeah, every now and then I'll just give everyone shout outs. You know, yeah, especially with the folks that I know who kind of like watch the videos to a longer extent. What's up, John? John J. What's up, John J. What's up, Hassan? What's up? Of course, Timbo. What's up, Timbo? Friendly Metroid, Mo Transformers, Darren, Ian. I'm forgetting a lot of y'all's last names, so I'm just kind of throwing that out there. But what's up to y'all? And I appreciate y'all watching, especially for those of you who watch so deep into the videos. Yeah, and so you connect that to the front of the axe bit. Sorry, I'm just kind of going all over the place, aren't I, right? It's been a long time since I recorded videos, but whatever, dude. We're just having a good time. Having a good time. And okay, so now when you're connecting them, I'm just going to say the back part of the Paleotrex mouth has to be open because this is going to sit over there. It needs to have clearance. And so what you're going to do is you're going to plug that in there first and get that, hold up, all situated. And you'll know you've gotten it right when the feet, when you fold them down, they should be able to fold over that front little, here, let me show you. See that front little tab? The feet, the toe, the first toe will be able to go over it. Then you know that the angle is correct. And then you just have the thigh sandwiched over the second set of plugs back here. And then you just kind of rotate this up. Put the mouth down as much as you can. Plug in the tail. Well, the tail is already there because you made the axe. And by the way, I made this while I was watching Seven. Remember that movie? That old movie with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman? I'm Morgan Freeman. That movie's so sick. That movie's so sick. And actually, I remember watching that movie at my buddy's place. He had it on VHS, ye old VHS, and he had his cousin over, and I was trying to game her up. You know, it's like it's a scary movie, so you know there was going to be some like scary bits, and I was hoping that. And he was trying to set me up with her. It's not that, you know, I was just trying to. I wasn't trying to be like Dirt McGirt. Like he really, like, you know, he was trying to set me up with her, and it totally didn't work out, dude. I was more afraid watching the movie than she was, and I was freaking out, and I was just like, yeah, I was super wimp, and yeah. But anyway, I didn't end up going out with it. Nothing really happened, but anyway. So it goes, and so he goes, and we have put him together, yeah. And I think he's awesome, and I think it's quite fitting that we have Paleotrex kind of lead the charge on this because, I mean, I was building stuff with cog and, like, you know, the weaponizers and the modulators, but it really wasn't until fossilizers that I got deep into the meta of bot bending, bot building, fan moding, if you will. And so sorry about that. I hella burped right now. I don't know if you catch it, but there he goes, just walking down the street. And this has been a really long video, unnecessarily long maybe for the sake of the tutorial, but it's my first video since coming back from Vietnam, and I just got a lot to talk about, I guess. A lot on my mind. But yeah, hope you loved this or enjoyed, liked, loved, whatever, this rambling nature. And I'll make it a little bit more succinct in the next one. But yeah, thanks for watching, okay? Yeah, again, happy holidays to y'all. I really appreciate your patronage, your viewership, and just being here on the channel with me. And yeah, talk to y'all again soon. Bye.